Happy Ship in a Bottle Day, October 4th. Well, I don't have a ship in a bottle, but I got some antique bottles. And if you kindly stick around, I'm also going to tell you some personal lore because my youth was spent digging up antique bottles from like turn of the century dumps. These bottles, however, I found in a literal dumpster. So this was somebody's life work, somebody's personal collection. They probably died. A relative probably gave this all to Goodwill. Goodwill put them all in the dumpster. So there I was in the dumpster, trying to pick out any ones that were still whole. Meanwhile, getting a nostalgia rush because, my God, I found some of these same bottles when I was like 7, 8, 9. Any day that it was too rainy to go fishing, my dad and I would go bottle hunting. And that's the best time to do it, in the rain or right after a rain, because the mud is supple. Now I know there's people that do this hobby on YouTube. Anyway, I was flooded with memories of my youth and of my father. Yeah, but Goodwill, you give your antique bottles to Goodwill, they throw them right in the dumpster. Most of them break in that process. They survived 100 years, and now they're broken in a dumpster, going to a landfill. From one landfill to another. Anyway, let's see some interesting ones. This is the J.R. Watkins Company, registered U.S. Patent Office. This shape, these are medicine bottles. This one is, if you say this is written left-handed, well, this one's written right-handed. Dr. W.B. Caldwell, Syrup Pepsin. This is one of the ones I found when I was a kid. Pepsin Syrup Company. Now, my dad, of course, had his collection in the living room, and I had my personal collection in my bedroom. But Dr. W.B. Caldwell sure was popular 100 years ago. Monticello, Illinois. You can see this has the cork in it. This one says Sloan's Liniment, and it has a cork in it. Medicine bottles. Believe it or not, this sort of generic one with the Roman numerals, it says VIII, and then, the number 3 also. I remember finding so many of these, different sizes. This one says California Fig Syrup Company of Louisville, Kentucky. So I don't know what fig treated. This one says E. Beyerhaus and Sons, Vincennes, Indiana. Here's a very small medicine bottle. It says Griever Lotchbeek Manufacturing Company, Knoxville, Tennessee, USA. I think this is what I held up first. This is an ink bottle. We used to find these. It was a good day if you came home with like 4 intact bottles. We, of course, wouldn't keep anything that was broken. But this one, I would say, is probably from the 1890s or something. It's got the blob top. And we would find ink bottles in different colors. I think either my dad or I had a cobalt blue one. No, I think blue was typically for poison back in the day. But anyway, this is the only one I could find in the dumpster of an ink bottle. Man, that's old. And they usually didn't have markings like these because there's a nice space there for the paper label. I guess this is a medicine bottle also. There's oh my God, there's actual liquid in that. And a rubber stopper. Don't open that. These are whiskey bottles. You can see a caterpillar pupated in there at one point. Whiskey. This is Gordon's Dry Gin from England. That big one's probably whiskey. Oh, that one's Gordon's too. Now this says Bleach Ox. Bleach Ox. I had a literal Clorox bottle that looks just like that as a kid. And what happened to the ones I had as a kid? Collector's gene. Every weekend we were fishing, bottle hunting, and occasionally arrowhead hunting. We even went morel mushroom hunting once or twice. But probably I sold all my collection at a yard sale when I was like 15 or something. This is Acme Brewing Company, Macon, Georgia. This would have been, seltzer water or ginger ale. This one I don't think is labeled. Oh, but check this out. There's a bivalve, a freshwater oyster that got into there when it was tiny and clearly died in there. So we just knew the spots. We knew the honey holes along a particular river and some creeks. Get this, The North of England Sauce by Joshua Longfield. What is North of England sauce? Is that still around? Now, you're going to hopefully appreciate these two because they are a brand that's still around. Where does it say? On the side there, it says Lee and Perrins. And at the top, it says Worcestershire sauce. I found two of those. That one has a cork in it. This is Pure Food soda water. Minimum content, 6.5 fluid ounces. Centralia Bottling Works. So that would have been in Illinois. Beer bottles. Hudson, New York. Evans Ale. We used to find a ton like that. And then I think there's at least two here from the Clico Club. I think that's how you say it. Clico Club. And this one. Celebrated Clico Club trademark registered beverages made in America. So they used to make tonic water, seltzer water, ginger ale. And they persisted, I think, until the 1960s. This is a milk bottle. There's a small mark and a triangle on it. This one, I'm going to say maybe is the oldest here. Fellows and Company Chemist, St. John's, New Brunswick. Just the way the glass is so bubbly. What's a good blob top? Oh, maybe the Gordon's is pretty old. So the blob top, you can tell, is a separate piece fired on. This one is very generic, but wait, we got a mark. Platts Chlorides, the household disinfectant. So that shape is typical of cleaner bottles. Now this is the only one where it must have had a broken top and the previous owner sanded it down. We didn't used to do that, but we did. We did spend hours meticulously cleaning the insides with bleach, miniature pieces of, I think, steel wool on a stretched out coat hanger. So this was quite the find. Not sure what to do with them now. I can't afford to get back into childhood collections again. And believe it or not, they don't really go that high on eBay. I mean, it all, like any collectible, it really depends. I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to list these on eBay. Maybe try to sell them locally. But the point of this video, I guess, is to propose that shipping bottle day become just like bottle day, because I couldn't find any evidence of a bottle day, even a glass day. Or maybe bottle collectors unite, pick your own national day. All right, well, thanks for having a look. Trip down memory lane. Thumbs up. Goodbye.